welcome to One Subtle Shift. This is a short, insightful podcast designed to help you become more aware of your own energy and to remind you that small shifts can create big transformations. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Each episode explores simple concepts, stories, and practices to help you reset, realign, and trust your intuition. I have a new episode every Thursday morning on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe and click the little bell so you get notified when I go live. So let's get into it. Today's episode is Comfort is Not Your Friend. We need to have a real heart-to-heart talk here. Everybody looks for comfort, right? Comfort feels like a warm, soft blanket on a stormy night. Just picture it in your mind's eye. It feels like safety, like, oh, I know this. I'm safe. It's familiar. But here's the truth. Comfort is not your friend, honey. I know it's going to be hard to hear. It masquerades like a loyal ally. It whispers, you've earned this. Stay here. Don't rock the boat. Drink the wine. Eat the candy. Scroll Instagram. Lose yourself on TikTok. Binge Netflix. You know your comfort. Until it becomes a requirement to keep your world from falling apart. That's when comfort stops being soothing and starts becoming a prison. Comfort becomes a vice or an addiction when self-care means only reaching for something that numbs you, distracts you, or soothes you without asking the question, why do I keep reaching for this? Why is this my go-to behavior? What's really going on underneath? It becomes an addiction when the familiar becomes the only thing that you see as possible. And it becomes a spiritual block when it helps you run from fear instead of sitting with it and breathing through it, or even daring to face it. Now, this isn't about throwing yourself into chaos and stirring the pot. This is about choosing aligned discomfort over the illusion of safety. Because growth never happens in the same place that you're hiding out. Write that down. Growth never happens in the same place that you're hiding out. So I want to give you a few simple, practical ways that you can become aware and just kind of check in with yourself. Let's call this the truth check prompt. Get your journals out and let's identify where comfort is hiding out. Ask yourself these questions. What am I doing on autopilot that I call self-care, but actually leaves me stuck or distracted? What am I afraid would happen if I stopped doing it? What's the payoff of staying comfortable? And what's the cost? Don't censor these. Get yourself in a space where you can just let whatever flows into your mind and your heart become one with the paper. This isn't a test. This is really the beginning of a very deep excavation into who you are. The second thing you can do is, I call it the body compass check-in. Release through embodied awareness. Stand still, take a breath, and ask, where in my body do I feel constricted when I think about this comfort pattern? Move your body, stretch your body, breathe into your body. your body will often store avoidance energy in your jaw. You know, you got that tight, clenched jaw. That's your unspoken truth. You know, the shoulders that are up to here, that's the burdens that you carry. And finally, your gut, that's your ignored intuition. The medicine to this, the antidote to this, is let it out, express it, move it into the universe. The next one is, it's time to break pattern with a micro risk, a mini risk. Choose one comfort zone that you're willing to disrupt for 24 hours. Maybe you're going to skip a night of scrolling and going down the rabbit hole. And instead, you're going to journal, or maybe you're going to write a few paragraphs for that book that you have always wanted to write. Maybe you're going to do some poetry. Maybe you're just going to go out and stand on the earth or walk in nature. Disrupt the pattern. The next one is speak your mind in a conversation where you usually shrink. If you're not ready to do it face to face, maybe you want to have the conversation up here and you want to put the words, the energy of the words down on the paper. Express it, move it out. Last point, do one thing today without knowing the outcome. Don't calculate up here, what if? Because the what ifs in your life, that's a part of the disease of comfort. The goal isn't perfection. It never is. The goal is pattern interruption. One subtle shift. So, without overthinking it, you've got some to-dos here. I want to know what it is that your comfort zone looks like. Tell me in the comments or hit reply to the email and let me know. And in the meantime, subscribe to this channel, subscribe to this podcast, hit the little bell so you get a ding ding when I go live with a new video here, and never interrupt your one subtle shift. I'm Veronica Drake, and thank you for being part of my world.